All right, Jimmy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hidden Treasure. And I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Brad, and today we're going to be talking about lightening up.
Is that lit up or lightening up or lightning hit us?
How to be lit up, how to be light, how to lighten up.
How to be a light. All right.
All right, Jimmy. So today we're talking about lightening up and just taking things a little bit more light uh, and a little bit softer, maybe with a little bit more humor and not take things so serious, put pressure on yourselves, things that can cause worry, anxiety, and things that usually, lead to some negative energy.
Yes, creates all kind of, you might say, negative energy for us when we get uptight and
Right.
start taking things personally and they're bothered by it.
Right.
The fastest way to go down a dark hole, like the rabbit chasing, going in the hole, is to get into darkness.
Right.
And to take something personally, let it bother you.
Yeah. We let these brains kind of take control, and we overanalyze, we overthink, and so I think whenever we talk about lightening up or lighten up, is just to relax, to breathe.
That's it. There you go.
To kind of go with the flow. Connect to the light, as we've talked about.
That's it. That word "relax" is you hit the nail on the head. I feel that's exactly what it means. Relax. Just don't take things so serious. We have this human nature we're talking about that's different from our divine nature. It does take things very personally.
Yeah.
And if we let it take us there, we can get ourselves in just all out of sorts.
Yeah. So when we say lighten up, we mean relax, enjoy this life, have some fun, and
develop a sense of humor.
Develop some humor. That's
Learn
right.
to laugh at things, and when you mess up, laugh at yourself. And when somebody else messes up, just don't take it so personally.
It's funny whenever you do make that transformation and you make a mistake or you do something, and instead of that inner voice, you call yourself an idiot or you beat yourself up. You laugh at yourself and you're like, "Come on, Brad, you can do better than that." Laugh it off, and you just
shake it off.
Yeah, just shake it off. That's really what is kind of the catalyst that kind of gets us going up or down. The way we react, the way we respond. We haven't rehearsed this. We're just kind of winging it, winging and shine. So
winging a prayer.
What are some things that have come up in your life that have, really maybe taking you down the negative path because you weren't in that flow? You weren't you weren't lightened up. You didn't have that sense of humor.
I was a little uptight and let things bother. One of probably the biggest things has been traffic. That is now not near the problem it used to be. It's very rare for traffic to bug me.
Yeah.
And it's just catching yourself. It gets easier. You're talking about it's easier for me.
But throw out a few more
examples.
All right, let's talk about sports.
Yeah.
What happened this weekend?
Our favorite teams lost, and but it wasn't the end of the world for us. Used to be.
I didn't want to watch the game. I did not want to. I wanted to turn it off, to be honest with you, because it's just hard to see your team self-destruct, and so. I watched it, and actually my son Holden, I said, "Holden, I need to turn this TV off and go to bed." He said, "No, Dad, we're going to watch it." It's like, all right. So I stayed up and watched it. But before I went to bed, I said, you know what? I'm not going to let it get to me. This is entertainment.
That's all it is.
And man, I tell you what, a good night's sleep, even after your team loses, is very refreshing, because you wake up the next morning, you're like, you know what? They'll bounce back. They'll be fine. They'll get better from week 1 to week 2. You know how it is. We've seen it play out.
But if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't.
I remember years ago, and I was telling another Clemson friend of mine this week. This was back in 1988. I was a freshman at Clemson, and Florida State, Bobby Bowden, they opened with Southern Miss. Well, Southern Miss had a quarterback by the name of Brett Favre that threw all over them, and they beat them. They beat Florida State at home. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is right.
Mm-hmm.
They beat them at home, and they came into Death Valley to play Clemson. And this was a huge game. I think it was number 3 versus they might have been number 10 or something. They had dropped in the polls. And that's the year they did the punt rooski.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat up in those stands
I was there.
and I cried. Listen, but anyway, they went on a tear. They went on a run.
Right.
And you know, back in the day, nobody wanted to play Florida State because they were good. They might have been wide right the first game against Miami, then they beat everybody else down the stretch, you know. So
well, that's just another aspect, you know, sports. We don't want to go too deep in it because nobody cares about our teams. But
we know you don't care about our
that's
teams.
right. It's okay. You got your own there. Maybe you don't even care at all.
Thanks for letting me vent.
Yeah, he likes to vent.
Anyway.
Excuse me. But man, yeah. Again, it's just you know, business, finances.
Yeah.
Oh, we can just. There's so much. You know, other people in our family.
Yeah.
They can get under our skin. You know, and
relationships.
Right. Relationships. That's a biggie.
Right.
And that's where, if you practice, again, we always use the word practice because this is what we're doing, practicing. We have not mastered anything we're talking about. We're mastering the art of practicing.
It's a very humbling process because you're never going to be perfect. You're getting better. Some days are better than others, but
you ebb and flow.
But it's something we talk about every day. It's something that we try to apply every day, and we know we're getting better because there's certain things that, I mean, literally, it is like the Teflon. It is like water off a duck's back. Mm-hmm. It does not bother me anymore. It used to really grate on my nerves, and it doesn't anymore. And that's a sign that I'm getting better. Right?
That's a sign.
Holden, I love you, and I know you don't mind me telling this, but he's got a big truck, and he was out there changing the oil one day, and this was the first time he had changed it. So he had to, take care of the oil filter, change the oil, and his truck's jacked up, so he's got to get up on a ladder to get in there and work on it. And he had the wrench to unscrew the oil filter. Mm-hmm. And this thing was getting the best of him. And what probably should have taken 30 minutes to 45 minutes, he was working on a couple hours. Mm-hmm. And I said, "Look here," I said, you're at a point now where you're in mental overload. And things are just getting worse.
He was frustrated.
He was so frustrated. Mm-hmm. I said, just take a second, step away. This project's not going anywhere. It was on a Saturday. He had all day.
Kind of like put yourself in neutral.
Yeah. I said, why don't you just back off? I said, I've been exactly where you've been. I know exactly how you feel. You're about to explode. You're not thinking rationally. Just take 30 minutes and walk away and just clear your mind. And I think I might have said, send up a prayer. God will help, right? Mm-hmm. And so he came back 30 minutes later, and I was inside. I saw him walk outside, and within about 10 minutes, he came in, and he had this big smile on his face, and said, "Dad, you'll never guess what." And I said, "What?" He said, "I was turning the daggum wrench the wrong way." Right. So instead of loosening, and it's just the thing, it could have happened to anybody.
Right. Well, you're upside down. It's what messes with your head.
Yeah. And so he said, "Hey, I was doing it the wrong way." And he was laughing about it. And I was like, "Doesn't it feel good?" I said, you're not beating yourself up. Right. It happens. And, but stepping away
helped him.
He went from being really uptight to being loosey-goosey.
Oh, and loosey-goosey, he figured it out.
Loosey-goosey, that's right. Righty-tighty, loosey-goosey. There you go. So anyway, we still laugh about that. It was a life lesson, but it was also a lesson about, hey, what to do the next time, whatever. Listen, we've all been there and done that, right?
Oh, it's and the thing too, back to it's a great story, by the way, and good example. But to help you lighten up and stuff is listen to go online, find some stuff that has humor to it. Good, clean humor is a good idea, and just try to find the joy in life and look for the good and just overlook the ugly. The ugly's going to be there. It's just part of life. But we don't have to be enthralled by it. We don't have to be sucked into it. We don't have to be caught up in it and get and lose our way. We can just we have a choice. We have a mind that can decide whether we want to go with this or to just let it go.
Those are some good points.
All right.
We're going to wrap this one up and come back, and hopefully you'll join us next time. So if you will, like, subscribe, comment below, and we look forward to seeing you
We sure do. And peace, joy, love, and light be with you always.
Yeah. And until next time, God bless you.